Right then, this is a walk-around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 2-litre EST model, quite a rare car actually. This car's 2012, as you can see, on the very last of the shape, just done 65,000 miles and with a lovely history, comprising, I think it's 10 stamps, and just MOT'd as well. Finished in this lovely grey metallic with a half leather interior and sat nav. It's a really, really lovely car. To go around it for you, front of the car's very clean, lights and lenses clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation there. Come around down the offside, or near side rather, first. Lovely and smooth in the panel work. There's a couple of little touch-ins just down there, if I point towards it, and there's a little dent here, but this has been taken out, so I don't want you to think that's staying there. Chap's coming to get that attended to, but I'm under pressure to get the video done. So I am. Alloy's generally good with just the lightest bit of curbing. And it's critical on the car because in all honesty, which I wouldn't even mention these. The rear alloy's absolutely perfect. And then we come around the back of the car, again, very, very clean indeed. The off side of the car, driver's side, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Offside rear alloy, pretty much unmarked there. The remaining panel works absolutely beautiful on the car. And final alloy, again, absolutely lovely. I mean, it really is in wonderful condition. Coming to the back of the car now, massive boots on the car and full complement of equipment is here. So you've got the tonneau cover you can see there, got the middle shelf, and then area underneath there as well. These middle shelves can be taken out and put down in a recessed further down into the boot. Coming to the back of the car now, wide opening rear doors, absolutely enormous amounts of leg room. You get this lovely half leather interior with the suede inserts, and unlike so many CR-Vs which are normally very, very heavily used, this one hasn't been. It's coming on the passenger side, again all very clean and tidy. Likewise, passenger seat there, again in really, really lovely condition. Finally, driver's door card, again kept very nicely, footwell areas lovely and clean. The driver's seat itself, again in really good condition. The only wear you'll get on all of them, and quite rightly so, the bolster's compressed down there as your backside slides in and out, and over 10 years that's exactly how it should look. Inside the car now, engine's running through this section as always, so the dash can be seen illuminated. Dashboard again is in fantastic condition, really, really is. Come up to the main dash binnacle. Hopefully you can see 65,973 miles. There are no warning lights on the dash at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre EST manual. This particular car is registered NU62WFB and with a mileage of just 65,968 recorded. The reason for our videos, and especially actually this road test section, is basically because we want to ensure that if anyone's looking online at any of our cars, they actually get to see the car advertising actually in operation. The reason we feel it's important is because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and description, only to get there and find out it's got a fundamental issue which we'd much rather known about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the reason for that is hopefully then it'd be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, it's been extraordinarily well looked after over the mileage. I think it's been serviced 10 times, something ridiculous. And it's immediately obvious. It drives absolutely as tight as a drum, and dare I say it, because I hate it because it's a complete cliche, but pretty much as new. It's ridiculous for a car that's 10 years old to drive as well as this, regardless of history. But coming to the obvious things, turn the key, engine starts instantly and settles to smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. Honda make the best four-cylinder engines in the world. There's pretty much no argument about it because they do everything brilliantly. They're incredibly strong, reliable, long-lasting, way ahead of anything else in their class. But also just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. It's smooth, quiet, free revving. It's just a beautiful unit to use. They are cam chain driven. There's no cam belts to worry about on them, so that never needs doing. But yeah, perfect. Engine then feeds through into a clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely spot on as you'd expect. Bike point's exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in operation. Gearbox, 6-speed Honda box, as you'd expect with any Honda. It's just a beautiful piece of engineering. It's, even though it's cable operated as most cars are these days, it's got a lovely quality mechanical feel to it, and it's short in throw. It's absolutely precise, beautifully done, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. It's lovely to use. Steering on the car, again, it's what Honda done so well. I mean, the first thing you notice is it's got even though it's power steering and it's light and easy to manoeuvre, it's actually got kind of a heftiness to it, which I love. It makes the car feel heavy, which is, but in a secure, solid way, not in a cumbersome way. When you go through the corners, it's pinpoint accurate, and not much wheel motion needed to get it turning. Just really nicely done. Also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and it works absolutely in harmony with the chassis, because Honda have been selling CR-Vs for donkey's years, and the CR-V is currently the best selling SUV in the world, and it's very obvious, clear to see why rather. It just does everything really nicely, and the steering and the chassis are part of that, so it gives you what you want, which is a very compliant, comfortable ride. Way better than a lot of modern cars. But it also, when you go through corners like this, turn in, it holds its line beautifully, minimal body roll going through the corners. It's just beautifully done. And there's no kind of nasty clonks or rattles coming from underneath the vehicle. It shouldn't be there either. As I said, the feeling driving the car, as soon as you get in it, I can't imagine anyone would disagree if they came to see or drive the car. It just has a feeling of absolute tightness to it. Just going to give the brakes a bit of a shove, make sure no one's directly behind me, which they are not. But really good brake pedal on the car. It's just gone through an MOT, by the way, independent of us, sailed through without any advisories at all. So we're pretty confident these are all going to be good. But it's nice to see it's actually in operation. Let's get a swing around here. Coming inside the vehicle, the one thing again which videos can't get across really is the build quality. It is a beautifully made car. It just feels so solid, no squeaks, no rattles, everything working beautifully in the car. You've got this lovely interior on these ES models, on these later facelift cars, so you get the half leather interior, which is really nice. And it's in absolutely beautiful condition in here for a car of this age. It really is, and a joyous dashboard to use actually, because it's so refreshing when you get in modern cars, which can be so complicated. I know these big screens are all the fashion, but I find them so distracting, I have to say. Here you've got a nice, simple, easy to use sat nav, all working exactly as it should. You've got an air conditioning system completely separate of that, which is dual zones, gives you different temperatures side to side if you so wish. Also, by the way, pumps out absolutely ice cold air. Feel it now, really cold. So all working perfectly. Dash in front, typical Honda dash, beautifully done dials. It's just it's the perfect dashboard in terms of the binnacle, symmetrical dials. You look at it, you take the information in, you look away, but it's the presentation's beautifully done. Steering wheel, just shows absolutely no wear at all. Leather bound, feels absolutely great in hand as well. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit that you don't do anything, it does it all for you. Honda again worked out really quickly that most of its customers would be driving as I am today in perfectly good conditions, where you basically don't need four-wheel drive on. By doing that, it means you're going to use less fuel, you're going to get through your tyres less quickly, and obviously you put a lot less mechanical stress through the car. The way it works is very simple. You know, if the front wheels, if I pulled away sharply now on snow or mud or ice, front wheels start to lose grip, and before you could react, done through traction control, it brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive absolutely seamlessly. It's genius in the way it operates and works brilliantly as well, because I tow a caravan with ours, and you know, I've never ever come close to getting stuck with it. Also, its simplicity and lack of use gives it its inherent reliability as well, because I said it's nearly 3 decades now selling Hondas using this system, and we've never touched one in terms of mechanical issues, so it's very robust indeed. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is literally just to show the car in operation, but it is a fantastic car, and it's a case in point as to why these are so sought after. It's in a different league in terms of engineering and reliability compared to virtually anything else in its class. As always though, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.